Hello and welcome to the Space Between Ideas. I'm Blaine Gates. It's 10 o'clock in Tbilisi. Well, I think that's going to be the name of the new series. Uh, it's not exactly a new series. It's still the same playlist. I actually have two playlists. One playlist is to kind of talk about the difference between. Oh, am I actually recording? What's going on here? Check the sound. Okay, good. All right, so you might notice that in my um, on my channel I have two different uh, playlists. One playlist is about like I'm trying to see in the long run for my application. You could call it a full stack application. For my application, what's better? Windsurf, cursor, replete. Which one is going to serve you better in the long term? I get the feeling like probably windsurf and cursor, they're basically the same. There's some small differences in how you can copy and paste. And I hope that that's one thing that they can work on because I think that copying and pasting is a big deal. What's the issue? The issue is that because I don't have any experience with software development, I need to rely on other tools. I need to rely on, like, for example, in the last sprint, in the first sprint, I was using Google Gemini. And previously, I had been using ChatGPT. And now my question really is what's better? What's better for coding? I mean, maybe we could do that. So imagine we open up this window and we jump into here and we say, what is better for uh, coding? ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude? Claude is a strong runner up. I mean, this is exactly the question that I asked. This is from April 15th. Can you actually see what? Yeah, I think you can see it. Maybe if I trick this one out. Yeah, there you go. You can see it perfectly. All right, so I don't know, like, where do you even go? Like, why is this the very first blog article? So the final verdict is that if you are exploring AI out of curiosity for personal productivity, like creative and ChatGPT, okay, for professionals needing consistent performance across content generation, coding analysis, or research, ChatGPT stands out. Its long-term memory, plug-in ecosystem, multimodal capabilities make it a well-rounded tool for a wide variety of tasks. Claude is a strong runner-up for those who prioritize clear, ethical outputs. Gemini is a good fit for professionals working with Google Workplace, a tool or who need real-time web access and fit demands. Depends on your workflow, but ChatGPT offers the most flexible performance. I don't know. So what the? It's kind of a useless answer. Yeah, well, they're all very good, and you're gonna love it. It's gonna be great. What data storage, user control, training data? Oh, actually, I didn't finish what I was saying. So, why did I call this episode? It's 10 o'clock in Tbilisi. You see down here, it's 10 o'clock in Tbilisi. So I looked at my schedule, and I got the feeling like maybe 10 o'clock is the best time in Tbilisi. Tbilisi is a city in Georgia, which is where I am right now. And I noticed that in my calendar, I don't have anything going on. So I wake up at 8:15, and I kind of putz around for a while. Then I take the dog for a walk, kind of walk around in the river. And I mean, some days of the week I have a meeting at 9 a.m., but most days of the week I don't have a meeting until 11 a.m. But in either case, 11 a.m. meeting or 9 a.m. meeting, it means I still have 10 p.m., 10 a.m. open. And also, I don't know, like I can putz around most of the time for like 2 hours from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. I mean, at some point, you got to get to work, right? So I figured maybe 10 o'clock in Tbilisi. Maybe this is the way to do it every day. Because then people who are interested in this, they don't have to like, because it's too hard, right? It's too hard to follow me because like I'm doing it at one time one day, another time another day. It's kind of ridiculous. And also, it's really hard to really understand like how much we're getting out of these AI tools with this specific process because it's too fragmented. We don't have a constant process. It's like we're never going to run out of our our allotted our allotment, our token allotment at an hour a day. Or at least I get the feeling like we're not going to run out of our token allotment at an hour a day. But also, I'm not doing it every day. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, yeah, so let's see if we can do this every day at 10 a.m. every single day. Now, sometimes my 10 o'clock, my 11 o'clock meeting, it might change to 10 o'clock. That has happened one or two times in the past. In that case, I'll just, anyways, why am I talking about this? So it's 10 o'clock in Tbilisi. I think this is the best way to do it because then we can get everybody's on the same page, everybody's watching at the same time. Apparently, somebody's watching right. No, it's me that's watching. It's just one is watching. It's actually me that's watching right here. All right, so nobody's watching. Anyways, that's the point. So my goal is to get to 100 people watching, which means what? It means that not only do I need to like develop my app, but I also have to find out some way to improve my production quality. Like me sitting here eating sunflower seeds, I'm not sure that's the best way to develop an audience. Wouldn't you agree? All right, let's do this. All right, limitations. Uh, less fine-tuned for coding than ChatGPT. Very strong coding abilities and math tools. Basic coding skills less reliable. What, we're going back to ChatGPT? ChatGPT. Full stack coding development plugin. I don't know. I feel like this person doesn't see. This is another issue. Is that like, why would you trust somebody that wrote some random blog? Right. This sounds kind of interesting. I tested Claude, ChatGPT, and Gemini with 10 prompts. Here's the what one. Yeah, but what were the prompts? To see which AI model is worth your time. Break down a concept. Summarize the main points. Blog post. Write Python function. Claude's response is detailed. Winner. I don't get this. All right, so we got the Claude response, we got this response, we got that response. And then what? Accuracy. Okay, accuracy. Claude's response has a detailed doc string, handles this, but it's only overly verbal. I mean, okay, so it's saying Gemini's the best for coding. What's this one? Business idea generator. Okay, it's not going where I really want it to go. What's the better for coding? The other thing is like 1 month ago, I don't know, 8 months ago. So I guess what you really want is you have to make a decision about the feel. Like August 1st, 2024, it's crazy. It's useless. I need something in the last like 10 days, the past week, maximum past week. All right, let's check out this one. I noticed that a lot of people seem to prefer Claude over ChatGPT for Swift development. I found ChatGPT super helpful on quick coding advice. I haven't run into too many issues with it, but it's starting to wonder if I'm missing out by not trying Claude more often. Claude Code with Sonnet 3.0 is a productivity booster. I use it all the time, and there's nothing really comparable. 3.7 would be better if they didn't train it to go off on its own 80% of the time and do stuff I didn't ask. Many times I asked ChatGPT Mini High to fix a bug and couldn't do it. I explained it over and over again, but it never worked. I used the same prompt with the same code in Claude, and it fixed it on the first try. It's like night and day. But Claude's code is still very bad. It bloats a lot. It's doing unnecessary things. It writes code that crashes. It's a really stupid idea how to do things. For example, it should pay this. Okay. Okay, well, that's another point. So we have Studio, we have AI, we have Gemini, Google, we have Google AI Studio. And apparently I only have 2.0. All right, so this is like the newest. So this is actually what I was paying for. Um, It has a token count. Hmm. Well, what happens if I use this? It's a good question. Well, let's let's run a test. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the project collaboration. Can I upload insert files? Allow drive access. Okay. My drive. Now where do we want to go? Create a crucial insight. Preply students. Students. Blame. Arrowhead MVP. Calibration. Good. Now we're going to go with 0. Okay, so it's going to run. Huh. Jeez. What is going on with this? Okay, well, that's not working. Um, so I've used ChatGPT in the past quite extensively. Um, I use Gemini a lot in the last 30 days, and I had a really smooth experience with it. I didn't have any problems. The context window was big enough that I could do what I wanted to do. I do kind of want to test out these MCP. There's this thing called Desk Commander. All right, so the Desk Commander is what? It's got 27 upvotes. Search, update, manage files, run terminal commands with AI. Desktop Commander turns Claude into a real computer assistant, generate diagrams, explore full code base. Well, why not, right? Why not test it? Because it's real easy to go back to Gemini. I know it works. I know it can work. I know it can do the job. Uh, ChatGPT, I know it can work. I know it can do the job. In either case, they're good enough. I would say that the overall experience that I had was the Gemini experience was better. As you can see from my former videos, I use ChatGPT quite a bit over the last several months. And I don't know. The feeling with ChatGPT was just wasn't it wasn't as good as Gemini. Now, is it because that was months ago and like the change in usability is changing so quickly that if I use ChatGPT right now, it would be better or the same as my experience with Gemini? And then also we have Claude. So it's saying that Claude has some problems. I saw some people saying Claude has some problems with adding stuff. What about future tools? I want code writing. I don't remember the last thing this guy said about what tools are best for coding. And I never tried Claude before. You know, one way I can do this is it's Claude free the first month. a year ago. Claude. All right, we're in Claude. What documents are there? What's going on here? What the fuck? What is this thing? All right. Now the other thing is, how am I going to get these? Can I actually upload a file? All right. So we don't need to do the tech stack right now. Markdown text stack tool. This is for the tool calibration. Only ask AI tool cursor when they like to do what they would like to do. Okay, so we're not going to do that. We're going to do this one. Yeah, okay, so we're not even going to be able to get through our calibration. I don't know. So I got to make a decision here. The decision is about what? You were out of free messages. I wonder what happened to my Gemini. I lost that thing. I can't continue this. A new chat. Windsurf, cursor, and replete. I want you to take the role of a, what is it? Prompt engineer. You will learn what I want to do inside of those AI coding tools, and then create prompts for them to execute. We will consider their responses and help them complete tasks. I'm planning to use either you here in Google Gemini, ChatGPT, or Claude. I want to know who would do the best helping me work coding environments to complete projects. Okay, now the problem I have is I can't actually ask this of Claude because I just ran out of tokens. This is interesting. So I decided to pick 4.0 as its model, 4.0. We got a context window of 128,000. This is 200,000. This is 1 million tokens, but can be slower. It gave itself outstanding. It's not a great response. This is an issue for me. When I use voice, I can't just talk directly to ChatGPT. So there's two things I like about Gemini. Number one, it has a 1 million token window. And you saw what happened in our last sprint. So by the end of the sprint, it started to make mistakes. But that can be expected because at the beginning of the project, we asked Google Gemini very, very specifically about this issue. We said, all right, so given your context window, how far along are we going to make it before you start getting confused and the context is too big and you have to start summarizing the beginning of the chat? And it said very clearly, probably we can make it through the whole sprint. And then it did. So that's the kind of information that I feel is very valuable. Number two, because we're working in an environment here where I'm recording these videos on YouTube, I can't use this voice function. It's useless. All right, well, if I log in, is it going to change it? Okay, so it does have dictate. All right, so I just wanted to check out your, can you hear me? Yeah, I was just wondering if I can, well, I'm just trying to dictate. Like, I want you to write down the text that I'm saying. I don't want to have a conversation with you. There, you see, it's a problem. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not really sure if this is going to work or not. So let's just do this test one more time. All right, I'm just wondering if this mode works because I want to be able to talk, and then after I finish talking, I want you to be able to write down the text that I've just said. Fantastic. Did a really great job. Okay, so it knows that it can do that. We got search the web, we got think before responding, we got when we consider the context window, what does that mean exactly? Are you saying that as we communicate here within this chat window, that eventually you're going to start to forget? For example, if I use a couple of documents to calibrate you, meaning that I have around 10 different documents that explains the project that I'm doing, the steps that we've already finished, the steps that might come in the future, and discusses all other aspects of the little software that I want to develop with you and that you will be prompting on. Eventually, what happens during the time of the sprint is that you're going to exceed your context window, or at least that's my understanding. For example, when I was working with Google Gemini, I explained that I want to know, like, at what point are they going to start to forget the those documents that I uploaded at the very beginning of our chat window, and or for example, maybe they'll start to forget things or they'll start to get confused about things. And so I'm really concerned about the size of the context window, and I'm asking because I need to know, are you able to process everything within this chat window throughout the entire length of a sprint? Once you get close to that limit, I start to forget the oldest parts of the conversation. Yeah. So that's it. I can't use. I already lost, and I can't go back to earlier chat. Where did the rest of the? Oh, I asked that. Maybe I asked it earlier. Dang it. All right, maybe we'll just. The thing is, the context window is the most important thing. I think there are ways to get around it with Gemini. I mean, with ChatGPT. I haven't used ChatGPT for a long time. Huh. I could create a custom GPT. All right, so I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to sign up with one of these things, and then tomorrow, 10 o'clock in Tbilisi, we'll see you there.